Hello and welcome. I'm Rachel with Yoga Highlands, and I'm here at the Highlands Biological Station, setting up my mat at their new part of campus off of Lower Lake Road, enjoying everything that's in bloom and the view of the lake. Here today to bring you a short movement practice that'll be a full body opening. This is a great sequence to get started with your day, or if you have some energy left at the end of the day and want to make your body maybe a bit more comfortable before bed, stretching your muscles, oxygenating your body with the breath. We're going to do this sequence together, and so I invite you to join me. You can begin by coming to the floor. We're going to be working from the floor today, and so you'll want to clear a space in your home or perhaps go outside, finding a nice flat piece of ground. It's okay if you don't have a mat. You just want to find a comfy spot. We're going to start on all fours. And so coming to all fours, you're going to have your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and we'll just warm up with some gentle cat-cows. And so you inhale, you let your belly drop down and let it fill up with air. Take your gaze up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you round in your spine, making a rainbow arc with your back. Look back at your navel, tuck your chin, exhaling. And then inhale, start to drop the belly down, turn the tailbone up, squeeze the shoulders back towards your hips. Exhale, rounding, pelvis tucks under, gaze looks back. Good, just moving with your breath, a few of these. Good, nice and slow, just coming into your body, into your breath, into your practice. Perhaps there's a little side-to-side movement that comes into play as you inhale and look up. You can look to one side, squeezing the side body. Exhale. Look at that. And a bit of freedom here just to move organically. Be a little bit more side to side. And then coming back to center. From here, we're going to take our right arm to the sky, just opening up. Right arm lifts, and then bring it back down. Same thing on the left side. Lift the left arm up, look to the left, look up towards the sky, and bring it back down. Good. Again on the right, lift it up, and down. Left side up, and down. Good. From here, we're going to start to walk our hands forward, palming their way forward towards the top of your mat if you're using one. And you're going to let your chest hammock down towards the ground. This is puppy pose. Hips stay high. And you're bringing your chest up towards the ground. And see if you can bring your chin to touch the earth. If it's okay if it doesn't reach, if you may be hanging out in midair. But maybe it comes down and your chin touches the floor. Good. Breathing. Perhaps with each exhale, you're able to let your heart descend a little bit further towards the earth as well. Good. One more breath here. And then gather strength in your hands. Lift yourself up. Walk your hands back underneath of you. Coming back into that classic tabletop. From here, let's extend our right leg out to the side, straight out to the side, and you're going to drop your heel down, bringing the pinky edge of your foot to the floor, so foot is flat. And then from here, come down onto your forearms. You can turn your palms up to the sky, coming down onto the forearms, just feeling a gentle stretch and breathing. And as you breathe through this practice, perhaps you can emphasize our exhalations today. One piece of a good yoga practice is the intention of releasing. Just letting go of any distractions, anything that you're holding on to that's not serving you any longer. It's just extra. It's baggage, it's bondage. You let it go with that out breath. Good. And then coming up onto the hands, you're actually going to stand up on the legs. So bringing your arms up to the sky, if you're able. Balancing, lifting arms up, inhaling. And then exhale, let's start to lean over to the right, towards that extended leg. Drop the right arm down and take it across for a little side bend. Good. Maybe you even look up towards the sky, pull that top shoulder back in space. Nice big breath here. And then inhale, come back to center. Bring the left hand to the ground, and the right arm reaches up. Maybe it even lowers down alongside your ear, so you make this long diagonal slice across the landscape. From here, again, pull the shoulder back, look up towards the sky. Maybe you start to spiral open, opening chest. Deep, full breath. Invite energy from your breath in. Good. Breath is fuel here. And then coming forward, you can lift yourself back up. And then from here, we're going to take the palms to the ground. Start to walk your palms forward, coming into that same puppy pose. Wide hands, maybe mat's distance or wider, and you start to hammock your chest down towards the ground. Chin comes down towards the ground in that open leg stance. So one leg remains open as you hammock down towards the ground. Just for a moment here, breathe, exhale, dip down. And then inhale, pick your chest back up, walk your hands underneath of you. Come back into your tabletop. And you're always welcome to rest back in child's pose at any point. Sitting back, taking a break, pausing the video if you'd like, before we take second side. And so second side now, we're going to take the left leg. Again, this is video, so I'm not mirroring you. So do as I say, not as it looks on the screen. If you're following along with left and right, it's going to be your left foot or your other foot extends out. Again, foot goes flat onto the ground. And then from here, come onto your forearms. And take a few breaths. Good, smiling. Maybe saying thank you for the day as it's just beginning or just completing, or maybe you're right in the middle, being grateful for all of the blessings of the day. Good. And then bringing your hands underneath of you, walking them in and picking your body up. Lift the arms to the sky. Take them wide, scoop them up. Breathe in, and then exhale. We're going to bring it across to the left. Start to reach across to the left. Left arm can find the leg extended just for support as you reach into a side bend with that right arm reaching across the body. Turn your gaze up to the sky. Take a deep breath. Feel a stretch from armpit to hip, all the way up your side body. Very good. Inhale, come back to center, and then take the right hand to the ground. Left arm reaches up. And then you turn the palm overhead and lower the arm just beside your ear. So you're making this long diagonal slice across the space. And maybe you even spiral open, turn your chest towards the sky, turn your gaze towards the sky, opening big. Very good. And then from here, start to walk your hands forward in front of you. Keeping the legs as they are, coming down into puppy pose, or a modified version of Anahatasana, which is Anahata is the heart. So we're melting our hearts down. So as low as you can go, that your body allows, without pain, without pinching. So that might be just a little, or it may be quite deep. Two more deep, full breaths here. And then start to pick up your heart, your chest, walk your hands underneath of you, bring the leg back in. From here, we're gonna thread one arm. And so you're on all fours. Take your right arm, extend it up to the sky. Deep breath in. And then exhale, you're gonna thread it behind your left wrist. Walk, walk, walk it through, and lower your right shoulder, right side of the face down towards the mat. Finding a twist. Staying on the knees, hips are high. Just relaxing here for a moment in this gentle twist, gentle inversion. So the heart is elevated above the mind and the face. Just allowing blood to flow freely down into the mind, into the face, without fighting gravity. Very gentle inversion. You can take your left hand if you'd like and fingertip that arm straight out towards the top of your mat overhead. And then walk it back in, press into the earth, unthread the arm, maybe reach it up towards the sky again, and bring it down. Second side. Left arm reaches up, and then it comes down, and we thread it through. Behind the right wrist, it reaches. You can use your fingertips to walk, walk, walk it down, walk it through. Bring your left shoulder to the mat. The cheek comes down, and you find this gentle twist. Again, hips stay high. And if you'd like, you can walk the right arm overhead, extending it straight forward. One more deep, full breath. And then walk the hand back towards you, press it into the earth. Unthread the arm, coming back into tabletop. From here, we're going to set ourselves up to start to come into a downward facing dog, or a V shape with your body. So we're going to take this slow. Go ahead, curl your toes under, grip the floor with your toes, and then lift the knees. Keep the knees bent to start. Coming into a turbo dog, as if you could launch forward. Good. And then from here, keeping the knees bent, start to lift the hips towards the sky with bent knees, hammocking the chest, focusing on plugging those arms into their sockets, letting the head hang heavy. And then from here, start to pedal one foot at a time, getting the legs long, starting to stretch out your hamstrings. Good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and play with a coming back out to plank pose. So what you can do is you can round forward. Imagine you're an ocean wave around the back. Come forward into plank for just a moment. And then bend the knees and glide the hips back. Send them up to the sky. Good. Round it forward. Bend the knees. Glide the hips back. Reach them up. Again, round it forward, bend the knees, glide the hips back, bring it up. Good. Last one, rounding forward, bend the knees, glide the hips back, take it up. Awesome. From here, look up between your hands and begin to tiptoe, baby steps, your feet toward your hands. Tiny, tiny baby steps. Until you come into a forward fold. You can bend the knees as much as you'd like. I encourage that. You want to bring your belly to your knees. Let everything dangle. Good. From here, you're going to inhale, half lift, come out with flat back, flat spine. That's the inhale, and then exhale, you fold again. Good. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale, you half rise, flat spine, neck is in line with your spine. Exhale, fold, H-A, ha, sigh it out. Very good. From here, bend the knees as much as you need to get your hands on the ground. And you're going to step your right foot back behind you into a high lunge. So right foot steps back. You're going to rock a little bit forward and backward as much as you'd like. Maybe there's a little side-to-side action. You just rock in your body, waking up the leg, the ankle, the foot. And then from here, drop the knee to the ground. Relax the foot back behind you, coming into a low lunge. And so when we're in our lunges, if your knee happens to be jutting out over your front toes, that means that you have some more space to step forward. You want the knee never in front of the toes. Just for a good lunge. And your lunge might be much higher or much lower. So from wherever you're at, I want you to see if you can rise up, finding balance. Bring your arms up to the sky. And then from this place, find the top of your back right foot, the top of your shin, and press those down into the ground. And that might even lift you a little bit out of your lowest lunge. You may be coming up with that activation. That's just fine. But pressing the shin and the top of the foot down into the ground. It should be very active legs. You can feel muscle hugging to bone here. Breathe. Very good. And then coming forward. Framing that front foot. Turn the back toes under. Lift the knee, step the left foot back. So you're in plank again. And then from here, get ready to step the right foot forward. And so see if you can step it up. Right foot steps forward, and you're going to be in that high lunge now on the other side. You can rock a little bit forward and back. Rock a little bit side to side. Just rocking into the legs. And then dropping the left knee to the ground, relax the left foot back behind you. So top of the foot is on the ground, resting. In your lunge, start to walk your hands in, finding balance, like a proposal pose. Maybe your arms reach up to the sky. If you need more balance, you can hold an object near you, maybe a piece of furniture. If you happen to have a yoga block, you can hold those for balance. And then that same activation, find your left shin and left top of the foot pressing into the earth. Press them down, 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 and activate the legs. Good, we're opening up energy channels in the body. Trying to get everything lubricated. So when we do the squeeze and release of our muscles, we're bringing fluid, we're pumping fluid through the body, allowing our energy to flow more freely. Good, one more deep breath here. Press, press, press down. And then framing that front foot. Good, from here, we're going to step the foot back into plank. So step that right foot back down into plank and find downward facing dog. Once again, that V shape with your body. You can pedal the feet again. And then looking up at the hands, start to tiptoe your toes up towards your hands, coming into forward fold once again. If you want to open mouth, sigh it out, go ahead. And then from here, we're going to reach the arms forward, 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 and unhinge from the hips. Come all the way up to standing. Maybe a little back bend at the top. Exhale, hands come back down beside you. From here, we're going to find a wide-legged stance on our mat. Finding this wide-legged stance. We're going to take our hands and interlace them behind your back, at the small of your back. Interlacing the hands and start to reach that fist down towards the ground. Reaching the fist down. Toes are pointed straight forward or even slightly turned in towards each other in front of you to protect your sciatic nerve. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, start to bow forward. Forward, forward, forward. And down. Strong legs holding you up. And then if you'd like, you can take that fist and lift it up towards the sky. Rotating through the shoulders. Letting the face relax. And gently nod the head yes or shake it no. Very gently, releasing the jaw, the neck. One more breath here. And then inhale as if someone's grabbing that fist behind you and helping lift you back up to standing. Coming all the way back up to standing. Release the hands. Good. From here, turn your toes out, bend your knees, and start to come down into a squat. And you can shift your weight from side to side. Good. We're going to come into a low Skandasana. Coming over towards the right side, so you can lean towards the right and start to extend your left leg straight out and pull the toes back towards you so that you're flexing through your heel. And you're balanced mainly on that right foot. And the foot can be, you can be on the toes, or maybe your foot is flat, totally up to you, whatever feels more comfortable. Coming into this position, and then once you find balance, imagine you could drag the left heel in towards you, create ripples in your yoga mat or on the ground. Dragging that in, a little bit of activation, really flexing through the foot. Good, and then take it over to the other side. Moving to the other side, pull the toes back towards you, draw the heel in, pulling it in close. Very good. And then coming a little bit more side to side. Coming back into your wide-legged fold. Turning your toes forward or slightly in. Go ahead and fold forward one more time. You can take hold of the shins or maybe the feet as you fold forward. And then bringing your hands to the top of your yoga mat, whichever end is the top. Bring your hands to the top of the mat. Turn to face the top of your mat. And then step the foot back into plank. We're getting ready to lower ourselves down onto the belly. And so you can do a low push-up here, or maybe you drop the knees and lower yourself down a bit more gently. However you'd like. Coming all the way down onto the mat. And from here we're going to find Sphinx Pose. And so in Sphinx, we have our elbows under our shoulders. And the legs are long behind us, so maybe you lift one leg up and then the other leg up and set them back down, getting long in the legs. And then looking up towards the sky slightly. Notice if your chin and your neck want to jut forward. See if you can pull them back. See if you can bring your neck in line with the reaching of your spine up. Good. 2 breaths here. Excellent. And then from here, go ahead, take your elbows wide, roll on down. We're going to do, our next move is going to be a shoulder opener. And so I want you to take your right arm and bring the elbow straight out from the shoulder, making a right angle with the arm, a little cactus arm coming right out of your body. And you're going to turn your gaze to the left, placing the right cheek on the ground. Left hand is going to just be on its fingertips, elbow raised to the sky. And then from here, start to press into those left fingertips to roll yourself over onto the right edge of your body. And then see if you can just bend that top knee on the right side and touch the right toes behind you to the ground. This should just be a gentle opening across your chest, across your pec muscles, or on that right side, your pec muscle, and your shoulder. Good, and then when you're ready, you'll just roll it back. Back onto the belly. Same thing on the other side. And so now it's the left arm that is going to cactus out. Right fingertips find the floor, so to roll yourself over. And you can bend the top knee, the right foot touches the floor beside you. And you're just staying maybe a little bit active in the right fingertips on the ground, pressing you back. Or if you want to relax that arm down, you can. Really gentle stretch. And then when you're ready, rock yourself back to center. Very good. From here, bring your hands in underneath of your shoulders. Press yourself up and back into a nice long child's pose. Take your knees wide. Your feet come together. Coming into child's pose for just a moment. And then lifting your head up, walking your hands in. We're going to be in this wide-legged seat, sitting on the heels. And the knees are as wide as you'd like them to be. So they can be up to mat's distance in width, but a little bit wider than your hips. And so you can be seated on your heels with the toes flat on the floor, or for added challenge, you can sit back on the heels with the toes curled under. We're just going to take our arms out to either side, take them wide. Inhaling. Exhale, take right over left and give yourself a hug, wrapping your arms around your body. Give them a little squeeze. Inhale, take them wide. Exhale, left over right this time, crisscross, bring it around, wrap. Good, one more time each side. Inhale wide. Exhale, wrap. Inhale wide. Exhale, wrap. Good. From here, we're going to take eagle arms. And so the arms are wide, and with eagle arms, you're going to take the arms forward. Let's start with right over left. So right arm comes over the left arm, and you're going to see if you can double cross the arms so that you're getting a pretzel twist with your arms. From here, inhale, take the elbows up, gaze up. And then exhale, round in the spine. Bring your elbows towards your navel, gaze down. Good, inhale, draw it back up, look up to the sky. Exhale, round and bring it in. Good, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, curl in. Good, coming back to center, uncross the arms, take them wide, and then bring them back in, left arm over right. Taking that eagle arm, crisscross, like you've got it in your grasp, whatever it is, that your goals, your mission for the day, you have it under control, you have it grasped. And so inhale, take it up. Exhale, curl it in. Good, two more. Inhale, take it up. Exhale. Elbows and navel come towards each other, rounding through the spine. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, Squeeze, round and down. Good, come back to center. Release the arms, open them wide. And then release them down. You can palm your way forward if you've been on your toes for a while. It can be quite intense. So come off of the toes, maybe point the toes back. You can circle your ankles. And then relaxing the feet flat on the ground. Again, toes come to touch. We're going to stay in this wide-legged seat. We're going to come into a modified version of Hero's Pose. And so you want to have space on your mat behind you to start to walk your body back. Knees can be as wide as you'd like. You're sitting on the heels. You can be back on your hands. Maybe just playing with here. You can inhale. See if you can lift the hips up a little bit off the heels. And then set them back down. If this is not posing too much of a challenge for you and you want to come back onto your forearms, come back on the forearms and do this. Or you can stay on the hands, of course. If this is also not too challenging, you can begin to release your body down towards the ground. Maybe even taking the arms overhead. You can hold opposite elbows, or just extend the arms straight. And so from wherever you're at, whether you're on your forearms, your hands, or reclined all the way back, just take a few more deep breaths. And then you'll begin to lift yourself up the same way that you came into it is how you'll come out. And so if you're reclined all the way back, you'll find your forearms and then your hands all the way up. And then taking a child's pose, go ahead and reach forward with the hands, sitting the hips back. Rising up. We're just going to sit to one side, swing the legs around in front of us, coming into bound ankle, butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, which is the bottoms of the feet coming together and the knees going wide, hips opening. Good, and you sit up nice and tall in your spine. We're going to take a forward fold, and so inhaling nice and long and tall, exhaling, folding forward. Good. Bringing the heart down towards your feet. When you can't hinge any further from your waist, just let your head drop. Let everything round down. Good. Let it all release. Let your mind go quiet. Again, in yoga, there's this principle that we take all of the distraction, all of the worry, all of our fantasy, all of our memory, anything that's not of this present moment, and we just put it on a shelf. We try to stay in awareness of the here and now. So just releasing everything that is not of this moment. And then inhale, coming back up. Back up to seated. We're going to complete our time this morning in a short meditation. And so you can find a comfortable position. That might mean Shavasana for you, lying down on the ground. Or it could be a comfortable seat. It could be standing. Wherever you like. I'll share with you an affirmation, or in yoga they say a mantra, which is a phrase. It's a sound structure as well as the words. The sound and the words both being held as sacred in the practices of yoga. And today we're going to be working with the mantra of so, hum. So the word so, meaning I am, and hum, meaning that. So it's I am that. I am that. So I invite you to find this comfortable position in your body. And on your next breath in, mentally repeat the sound, the word so. And then as you exhale through the nose, mentally repeat the sound, the word hum. Inhaling again, so. And exhaling the word hum. Moving with your breath, so. Hum. Continuing with this practice, and you can concentrate on the words and their meaning. So again, I am. Exhaling that. I am that. I am that. I am. So relaxing deeper and deeper into the sound, into this mantra, into this affirmation. Some things you might contemplate is the idea that you and all that is around you are connected, that you are that. Perhaps you notice the cyclical nature of the mantra so that the words begin to get reversed. So it's that I am, that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And that I am enough. That I am complete and whole, like the circle. And perhaps you have other realizations or contemplations that come to you through the sound, through the words. So continuing with this for as long as you'd like. This is a great exercise, a really classical mantra. Charged with many, many years of people all over the world reflecting on these words and these sounds. So you can join them in their chorus, in the orchestra of prayer and meditation. That's happening with many people around the world at any given moment. And then I believe that it's happening constantly in nature. And then if we can tune our poetry, or our music, our harmony with it, of our bodies and our minds, that we can hear all of that coming through, that I am that coming through other beings, plants, the animals, the landscape, the elements. And so perhaps just allowing yourself to become a bit more attuned to all of that this morning. After we've had this full body opening practice, I hope that it has served you well. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to support the Highlands Biological Station. They do amazing work here. And if you've enjoyed the yoga and want to pursue more yoga classes, please look into our virtual and in-person offerings through Yoga Highlands. So thank you so much. Take care. Peace, peace.